9 people were killed in a shooting Wednesday morning at a rail yard in San Jose, California. And this tops our news-making national headlines this morning. The shooting happened just after 6:30 a.m. at the Valley Transportation Authority yard north of downtown. 8 of the victims died at the scene and the 9th died at the hospital. One person was also taken to the hospital and is in critical condition. The shooter died at the scene, and officials believe the cause was a self-inflicted gunshot wound. Authorities say the shooter was a VTA employee, as were some of the victims.
Former Senator John Warner has died. Warner, a Virginia Republican, was first elected to the Senate in 1978, serving 5 terms. A veteran of both World War II and the Korean War, Warner also served as Secretary of the Navy in the 70s and was married for a time to actress Elizabeth Taylor. Warner was the 6th of her 7 husbands. Warner, 94, died on Tuesday at his home in Northern Virginia with his wife and daughter by his side. His longtime chief of staff says he died from heart failure.
2 federal jail guards accused of failing to keep watch over Jeffrey Epstein the night he killed himself have reached an agreement with prosecutors. In the agreement, the two guards admit they, quote, willfully and knowingly falsified documents stating they had regularly checked on Epstein and other cells in the special housing unit in Manhattan Correctional Facility. Epstein, a multimillionaire whose friends included former President Trump and former President Clinton, was being held without bail while awaiting trial on federal sex trafficking charges when he took his own life. The 2 guards will be under pretrial supervision for 6 months as a part of a deferred prosecution agreement. They'll both also perform 100 hours of community service and will have to cooperate with a pending Department of Justice Inspector General review.
Well, in Washington, it's all about jobs today. President Biden heads to Ohio to push his infrastructure plan. He calls it a jobs bill. Republicans say it's anything but. We'll see their plan this morning. NBC's Tracy Potts has a preview.
Republicans outlined their $1 trillion infrastructure plan this morning, paid for with unspent COVID funds. It's still $700 billion short of what President Biden wants to spend. The White House says he'll compromise, but not on who pays for it.
He wants to make sure that we don't tax people who make less than $400,000 a year. So we look forward to seeing what they come back with.
We're not going to pay for this by undoing the tax reform that gave us the best economy of my lifetime. That is not on the table.
Republicans worried about the mounting cost of Biden's proposals.
The Democrats' hard left turn has already hurt our economy. But they still seem to think that massive bill should only actually just be the appetizer. Just the appetizer.
President Biden pushes his infrastructure plan in Ohio today. He'll visit a student training center and focus on building and renovating affordable housing, paid for in his plan.
Our goal is to deal with a big, bold plan in July,
leaving at least another month to negotiate. Tracy Potts, NBC News.